my name is Rory and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be asking the question and answering the question, what is special about you? This could be special abilities, special characteristics, special talents, anything about you that is special at all. So go ahead and pick a pile. Pick between pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Take a second to pause this video if you need to, and let's get started. Hi people from pile number 1, let's find out what is special about you. First card, we have the 6 of Wands. Now this tells me that you are somebody who is really persistent, you are really resilient, you are very ambitious, you go after what you want, you don't quit easily, you are not a quitter. The Justice card in reverse, this tells me that you are somebody who doesn't really bother about what's right or what's wrong. You just kind of follow your own intuition, your own instincts on what you think should be done. So if you're like, yeah, the rules say this, but I don't feel like that's the right thing to do, you will go ahead and do your own thing. Very Batman of you. Definitely like an anti-hero, vigilante sort of vibe that I'm getting. Number 41 in reverse. Not in reverse, sorry. Number 41, the 7th chakra, your crown chakra. So you are somebody who's very smart. You don't follow the system. Again, with the Justice card, you are somebody who sees how things are and you come up with your own interpretation of how things should be and how things are, stuff like that. You are very smart. You question everything. Like somebody will just say something and you're like, no, that doesn't seem right to me, and you won't just gullibly or naivety, you won't just believe naively what people tell you. Number 4 is higher power. So you are a very powerful person, whether this is in terms of spirituality or just in general. I'm getting the sense that you are a powerful person. That's why you are so ambitious and you're always you always go after what you want. You don't follow the rules. You are a powerful person full of like self-empowerment. I love that. In terms of the native spirit deck, we have Spirit Keeper of the North. So what this tells me is that you are somebody who has been through a hard time as of late. What this tells me is that you are somebody who has been through a hard time. Whether it was recently or a while ago, you went through a hard time, and that is what made you what you are today. You had to endure some kind of hardship in the past that is now allowing you to be strong, have your own opinions, be all this self-power, higher power, feeling very confident, not following the patriarchy, the hierarchy. That's what I'm getting. And number 3, realization. So tying in with the crown chakra, you are a very aware person. If somebody tells you that this is how something should be, you see through all the bullshit. You probably question what you see on the news. Somebody probably says something and you see right through their lie. You are someone who sees truth very, very easily. You question people's motives. You question the instructions that people give you. Probably when you were in school, your teachers were like, why are you asking so many questions? I can relate to that. I was definitely like that. So the people in this deck, what is special about you is that you are motivated. I mean, aside from each individual card, if I had to just read this as a whole, what is special about you, group number 1, is that you see through the facade of reality. You see through the bullshit. You see through the lies. You see through the veil that everybody puts onto everything. You know, you're probably someone who's very hard to lie to. You're probably empathic. You march to the beat of your own drum. You don't follow the rules because you realize that the rules are bullshit, and you just do what you think is better for you and better for everyone else. That's what I'm getting from this pile. That is what is special about you, group number 3. Group number 1, sorry. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you'd like to share your stories. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see another video from me. and leave a thumbs up if this video, if you liked it or if it resonated with you. Do let me know. Okay, thanks for watching group number 1. All right, group number 2, let's see what is special about you. First up, we have the Judgment card in reverse. Okay, you guys do not care about authority, about status. If someone is older than you or has a higher job than you or whatever, you do not care. You are like, we are all the same. I am not showing you respect just because you believe that you are better than me. Okay, that is the first thing that I am seeing. Second, okay, you're somebody who enjoys competition. I am feeling like a surge amount of power from this deck. Like you are just self-powerful, you don't take BS from nobody. So 5 of Wands, you enjoy competition, you enjoy rivalry, you have rivalry, you really fight for what you want, you fight for what is right. I do feel that. Victory, 28, you are typically the kind of person who fights until you win. There is no try and then you fail and then you move on to something else. You are resilient, you keep doing it until you win. That ties in with this card and how you do it round and round. This, you will not give up. You will try again and again and again. If you can't get what you want or you can't get it the right way, you will keep going for it. You do not let it go, especially if you feel like there's a sort of injustice. Milk and honey. This also tells me that despite your very sharp, shall we say, persona, you're actually a very sweet person. You're very loving. You enjoy the simple things in life, which is an odd combination, but I mean, it's possible. It's certainly possible that so you actually really appreciate life in all of its splendors. You are a very simple person, so small things make you happy, but you're also a fighter. I definitely see that, but you fight for the right reasons. Native spirit, flowing river, that actually makes a lot of sense. When troubles come your way, you don't back down. You don't get stuck. You go over it. You go around it. You go through it. Nothing keeps you down. No matter what hardships come your way, you always find a way to overcome them, whether it's through your own self-power, resilience, maybe working harder, whatever it is, you are a flowing river and nothing stops you. Smudging ceremony. Okay, you are also very concerned with making things right. Like I said, with this victory card and this judgment card, if you feel like the scales are tipped out of place and you feel like something's not right, that does not sit well with you, you are like, that is bullshit, like that really bothers you, the injustice of everything. You have this innate need to constantly fight for things, to make things right. If something is wrong, like you can't stand it, it just bothers you to your core, the injustice of it all. You, the smudging ceremony card just tells me that you are somebody who needs to have everything a certain way. Your room is probably super duper clean. You are probably super duper organized. You can't stand negative energy or negative influences around you at all. Last card. Oh, I can't read that upside down, sorry. The green corn moon, patience. Okay, so apparently, despite the fact that you are a born fighter and someone who is super duper powerful, by the way, you are also somebody who's very patient. And that kind of ties in with this because, like I said, you are just a very loving person. You fight for the right thing. So let's just say someone is doing something that you don't like, the system, fuck the system or whatever. You are not very aggressive about it. You actually are very patient about changing it. So even though you are a fighter, even though you can't stand the patriarchy bullshit and all the bullshit of the imbalance in the world, even though you are a flowing river that crashes through the rocks that try to block you, you're actually really patient and you do it in a very kind and gentle way. Which, let me tell you, being diplomatic is not something to underestimate. It is great to be diplomatic. A lot of things get accomplished quicker when you're diplomatic. Some people, you can just be like, this is bullshit. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, you're right, I should change it. But you try that same method with someone else, and they're just going to be like, the hell did you say to me? And then they just kind of attack you. Diplomacy gets things done. I know it's really hard to be diplomatic sometimes, especially when you just want to take a baseball bat upside somebody's head. I get that. But that's not you. You actually are really diplomatic. You are patient in changing everything. You have a big heart. Okay, I'm drawn to that red balloon. You have a big heart. You always see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is wonderful. And yeah, you are somebody that I would really like to get to know. I feel like you'd be a lot like me. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this deck. That is great, by the way. You seem like a person who's really got your shit together, and being diplomatic while also correcting injustice is fantastic. I really do feel that. So that's what's special about you. And yeah, group number two, you are very, very special people, and don't ever change. You're doing the right thing. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you'd like to share your story with me. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see future videos, don't forget to subscribe. Hey group number three, here is the answer to your question, what is special about me? Let's find out what is special about you. First card. Oh, a nice happy family, right side up. So you are somebody who is very family oriented. I don't know how I say orientated. You are a very nurturing person. You work well in a group. You are meant to be around people. You're probably very compassionate and charismatic. That's why people are drawn to you. You are somebody who is very happy with just being at home, right? Kind of a homebody. I get that. I'm a massive homebody. Next tarot card. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. So again, feeling that motherly energy from the Queen of Cups, but it is in reverse. So what this tells me is that you are the kind of tough love kind of person, which I understand. I mean, I grew up with tough love. It wasn't the best, but I mean, it worked. I consider myself a fairly decent human being. The Queen of Cups upside down just tells me that you are a nurturing person, but to an extent, like you do have a limit. You are family oriented and you do care about the people around you, but you're also not a pushover. You're quite firm with that. You're probably not that trusting of people, which actually that is okay. That is not a bad thing at all. You really need to protect yourself and who you trust, but also this can have negative connotations if you're talking about people like family or people who want to help you and you just don't really trust them to do that. A message in a bottle. Okay, so you're someone who is really good at communication. That probably stems from you being family oriented. It's very difficult to keep the peace in the family. I have a pretty small family and we still fight a lot. So somebody who comes from a bigger family or has a soul tribe or has a lot of friends, and if you have a good relationship with all of them, it's probably likely that you developed your communication skills and diplomacy skills because of having to manage everybody, because you are definitely mom in whatever group it is, whether you're at home or you are with your friends. You are the mature one. You're the one who's mothering everybody. Don't do this, don't do that, behave yourself, right? I hear you saying things like that. You do not, actually this makes a lot of sense. You guys don't know how to relax. You guys are so uptight, and that's because, you feel responsible for everybody. And again, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, you feel responsible for everyone, and that kind of leads you up to being a hard ass. Having to stick up your butt and stuff like that. And I get it, because there are times where I have to be mom in my group of friends, and it is exhausting. And you can't relax and take a breather. Because if you do, everything just goes to shit, and they're gonna hurt themselves, they're gonna do stupid things, somebody's gonna get arrested. Okay, I get that. So yeah, you're probably really hard up about everything, really tight ass. Sorry about that. But it's just because, you're the mature one, you're the responsible one. I get that. Next card. Deceit. Okay, now I don't look at this as deceitful. This actually ties in with the message in a bottle card. You are really good at manipulating people, and I don't mean that in a bad thing. It's mostly like how moms manipulate their kids to do things that they want the kids to do, that smooth talking, kind of tricking people into eating their vegetables, stuff like that. One of your powers is to be able to control people. Again, that is not a bad thing. That is just one of your powers of managing the family, managing your friends. You keep them safe by manipulating them. Is that something that I can say? But yeah, that's what I feel. The thinking woman, I mean, major mom responsibility vibes from this deck. Yeah, the thinking woman, you are someone who is mature. You think about plans, you plan things out. You're probably always the one planning stuff in your group, and I know that sucks, right? Why can't they plan things for themselves? Why is it always you? But you know what? If you don't do it, guess what? Nothing gets done. So you have to be the planner. You have to get shit done. I get that. It's pretty shitty, but I get that. You are somebody who is very mature about everything. Regardless, you don't even have to be the oldest one in your group. You just are the most mature one there. I feel that. Wounded healer. Okay, so the reason you're like this is because, well, one, you're a healer. Yes, you manage your family and your friends and you keep the peace. but it's because you were hurt in the past. And I don't mean like any abuse or anything like that, but just like you've experienced hardship. Maybe you had to grow up faster than you wanted to in the home life, and that led you to being this more mature person than you are now. It led you to be someone who knows how to take care of others because you weren't taken care in that way. Does that make sense? Like, you know what not to do because people have done the opposite. You know what I mean? So that's why you're so good at what you do. Next card says pleasure 81. So even though you're a hard ass, you do know how to have a good time and you take pleasure in the small things in life. Probably even though you don't like being the mature one and having to watch everybody all the time and having to keep the peace and manage all these idiots, you actually do get a little bit of joy from it. You actually do enjoy being mom sometimes. I resonate with that, even though I complain a lot about having to be the responsible one, the designated driver, things like that. I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy taking care of my friends, and I feel like it's my place in the group, and I'm okay with that. Self-reflection, yes. Something like this I knew was bound to pop up. You guys are very self-aware. This, of course, comes with maturity combined with the thinking woman card right here. You guys are somebody who reflects on your actions and emotions often. This, again, comes because someone didn't do something or did something to you that you didn't like. So you're very self-aware because you are aware that, like, for example, maybe you don't shout at a kid that's under your care or a friend that's under your care because you remember somebody shouting at you, and you are self-aware to know, I'm not going to do what that person did to me. That's not who I want to be. So you're very aware of who you are. You're very aware of the things that you do, and you reflect on your actions often. So you are someone who probably very rarely makes mistakes, and on the rare chance that you do, you reflect on it, you apologize, and you're very unlikely to ever make that mistake again. That is what I'm feeling from this deck. You are somebody who is mature, you are the mother, you are the person who takes care of everybody, you are very self-aware, and you are very good at controlling the people around you in a good way, like keeping them safe and making sure they don't do stupid things and giving them good advice. That is what I'm seeing for this group. This is a very short reading, but I mean, it's all there, and you know, you're probably a great person, okay? Don't worry. They probably call you a hard ass and they're just like, oh, could you loosen up and just have some fun? Don't. You are fine the way you are, and without you, they would just end up in jail or something. So thank you for watching this video. Leave a comment if you'd like to share your story. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see future readings, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you for watching this. Bye!